Hi there. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at place value, and we're going to start with some keywords and some definitions. Firstly, value. We're going to write a key statement now. The value of a digit. The value of a digit depends on where it is in the number. I'm going to give you an example. So the value of a digit depends on where it is in the number. So, for example, let's take the number 42,739. Okay? If I look at the number 7, I know that I have 7 hundreds, so its value is 700. Okay? So the number 7 is in the hundreds column, and we'll be drawing a place value table later to show this. So its value is 700. Okay, let's look at something slightly different now. So we've done value. I'm now going to write place value. That's the title of today's lesson, place value. So place value is the value of where a digit is in the number. Let's read that again. Place value is the value of where a digit is in the number. So let's look at the same number again. So we're going to use the same number, 42,739. Okay, let's look at the number 2 this time. So the number 2 is in the thousands place. The number 2 is in the thousands place, so its place value is thousands. Okay, so see the difference? When you're looking at value, you're looking at the number 7 in the hundreds column, that's 700. But for place value, you're looking at the point in the place value table, which we'll be drawing later. So you're in the thousands column. Okay, so the number 2 in the thousands column. Let's draw a place value table now. Oh no, let's just do let's just mention expanded form first. Okay, so expanded form. So again, we're going to use the same number. The expanded form of 42,739 is, we have the number 4. We have the number 4 in the 10,000s column. Okay, we're adding 2, which is in the thousands column. We're adding 7, which is in the hundreds column. We're adding 3 in the tens column, and we're adding 9 in the ones column. Okay, so that's how we write the number in expanded form. Now we're going to draw that place value table. Okay, I'm still going to use those same numbers, and I've sketched out a place value table here just to speed things up a little bit. So I have these columns: 10,000s, thousands, hundreds, tens and ones. We're going to use that same number again. 42,000. Okay, 42,739. Okay, so let me just write out. So we've got 10,000s, remember, 10,000s here. So let's just write those down as well to be clear. Okay, and we can also use counters to help us if we need to. So if I had counters, I could put 4 counters here to represent 4 counters in the 10,000s column, 2 counters in the thousands column, 7 counters in the hundreds column, 3 counters in the tens column, and 9 counters in the ones column. Okay, so there's your example of a place value table. One thing to note, that the further you go to the left, and it was on the slides as well, the further you go to the left, the greater the value. So let's just write that. Really important. The further you go here to the right, you're going to get a smaller value. I'm going to write least value. So let's look at this. So even though we've got a number 9 here, that has less value than the 2, because the 9 is in the ones column, but the 2 is in the thousands column. So the 9 is just 9, but the 2 is 2 in the thousands column. So its value is 2,000. Okay, I'm just going to show you one quick thing before we write down our last key point in our books. Now this is a really nice activity that you can do in the classroom if you have a chance. We can, let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. Okay, so you can have a little extract from a place value table here. Here's one that I've already started, and I've written down 7,438. So I have 8 in the ones column. Let's look what I can do. I can fold it over and I can create my 3 in the tens column is actually 30. Let's fold it over again. my 4 in my hundreds column actually has a value of 400. And finally, my 7 in my thousands column has a value of 7,000. So it's quite a good activity to do in the classroom. That's it, all spread out, starting with 7,430 and 8. Put it all back together. And we've got 7,438. Okay, the last key point to go down in our books, we're going to write inequality. Inequality. So, for inequalities, we have greater than, which is going to look like this. We have less than, which is this way around. We have 2 more as well. We can also have greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. So we combine the greater than sign and our equal sign. We can have less than or equal to. So we're going to have it this way around. And of course we can just have equal to, which is our equal sign. Let's just finish off with a couple of examples. So we can write this as, for example, we could say that A is greater than B. We could say that A is less than B. A and B are variables. We don't know what they are. We could say that A is greater than or equal to B, and we could say that A is less than or equal to B. Finally, we could say that A equals B. Let's do a couple of examples. So, is 7 greater than or less than 12? So a really nice way of doing this is to draw a number line. Okay. So we can draw a number line. So, for example, it doesn't have to be drawn to scale. It can just be a rough sketch. So I'm just going to put a 0 here. I'm going to put a 7 here, but I haven't counted. It's not exact. And I'm going to put 12 here. And I can say that 12 is greater than 7. I can also say that 7 is less than 12. Okay, 12 is greater than 7, or 7 is less than 12. Okay, so let's just call that example 1. Let's do a couple more. So let's look at some bigger numbers. So is 121 greater than or less than 98? Okay. All right, so we know that the number 9 is bigger than the number 1. It's bigger than the number 2. And that's where the place value is really important, because 9 is in the tens column. This one here is in the hundreds column. Again, I can draw this out. This number line, I'm not going to include a 0 on it. I'm just going to say 98 comes about here. It doesn't have to go all the way down to 0. And I'm going to put 121 here. If I wanted to, I could maybe add in 100 here to help me, use as a guide, and I can see that 121 is greater than 98. Again, I can write that as 121 is greater than 98, or I can write 98 is less than 121. Okay, I think that's okay. We don't need a further example. Thank you very much and good luck.